Peace, peace, peace. You already know what time it is. This your man LaRon MC.
And your boy Just Tracks.
And this is Craft Conversations. Fly culture talk, dope craft beers. You already know what to do. Pop open your favorite craft beer, sit down and let's talk.
And vibe out.
Peace, 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 peace. We are live right here on High 702.5 FM. This is Craft Conversations episode 87. I think it's 87.
We up there, bro.
Episode 87, session 81. Remember, this show focuses on current topics in the culture, including but not limited to art scene, music scene, more specifically hip-hop, foodie scene, and of course, the craft beer scene. These are opinionated topics that stand for bar talk with the homies. And you know it's all fueled by good-ass craft beers. It's your man LaRon MC. And we got the good brother KB.
Hey, what's good
Bridges.
with the folks? K. Bridges, if you writing it
If
down.
you're writing it down. We're going to keep it simple and brief for what's on your palate segment this week. We got the shoots. Snatched up the Deschutes, fresh squeezed IPA.
Yeah. Check out the squeeze on that artwork right there. Squeeze that thing, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Word up, and there you have it. It done got hot. It's hot outside, man.
It's getting there, bro. It's getting there.
Well, I mean, it ain't otherworldly hot yet. It's still.
Hey, it's the best time of year in Vegas, bro. It's about to get too hot in about 2 weeks, bro.
No, that 80 feeling weird, man. It's feeling 90-ish.
Yeah, it's getting there, bro. I can feel it.
What's going on? You had a busy week?
Yeah, I had a busy week. It was my birthday
Happy
a few
birthday
days
to
ago.
God.
Tourist gang, for sure. Appreciate you.
Tourist gang.
Yeah, so my birthday was on Monday. So last week was my birthday week, and then this week was also my birthday week. I think I'm done, though. I think I'm done. I done did everything I needed to do at this
stretch
point.
the celebration. Stretch that shit out.
I have folks flying in, flying out, coming through. It's been good, man. It's been good. Family, friends, good-ass time, man.
Always good, man, to be around those who love you. What they say, be around who you celebrated, not tolerated.
Right, be where you celebrated, not tolerated.
Where you celebrated, not tolerated. Word up.
All right, you know.
Shout out to the brother Just Tracks. He didn't make it this week.
Yeah, man. I wish my brother a good day, man. We got your back.
Thoughts and prayers to the brother New York. He got some issues going on. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out, blessings to all the brothers that ain't here with us today, man. But we gonna hold it down, bro. We gonna hold it down for all y'all out there.
All right, we had a list of stuff from like last week that we didn't get down with. So we probably talk about some of that. The first thing I want to do though is a bunch of new music came out.
Okay.
Have you tapped into any of it?
These last 2 weeks, I ain't really been.
Right,
I ain't tapping into much. It been going crazy.
So the Pusha T joint, It's Almost Dry, I think is the name of it.
Oh, Pusha T be coming out with some joints, bro.
He can rhyme.
He can definitely rhyme.
Definitely rhyme.
He holding it down for that old school kind of like that. He got that old school vibe. Like every time you hear him linking up with Kanye, I think was the best thing for his career. I mean, Pharrell and Kanye. I mean, damn.
So I kind of do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
About that old school vibe situation, because
I know you got that in you.
I need clarification for that. Like, all right, so the weird thing is being old enough to see like the shit that I was growing up with become like to us, old school still old school, like Earth, Wind, you know what I'm saying? Earth, Wind and Fire, shit like that, or like, you know what I'm saying, certain shit. But now I'm seeing people sample the shit we was listening to in high school, Jodeci's,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, shit like that. It's
That's
just
how you know it's real, huh?
it's a weird dynamic. But Action Bronson dropped a new joint. I haven't heard that yet. I gotta make sure I listen to that.
I mess with Action Bronson.
You think that's an old school vibe too?
I guess so. He more just East Coast. He more like East Coast.
Well, they got a new school movement going on the East Coast that I guess would signify this as like vintage rhyming.
We get into some music today. Shit, we can slap something.
Yeah, we can play. We can
critique something raw for the people.
Do what we want. Let me see. What else? Oh, on the way here, I get a lot of sweat for Future. But Future just dropped the album.
Future raw.
I listened to a couple of joints on the Future project.
What's the new project called? My bad, y'all. I'm way behind on all this right now. I just popped in here. We're going to get it in today.
Let's see. What was the name of that Future project? I never liked you, I think it's called.
The last one I heard from him was that Valentine's Day song where he got too many females or he can't get it together. I thought that song was hilarious.
I think that's on here. I think that's on this project.
Got too many bitches.
Right.
First world problems.
What a thing to complain about. Right. Yeah, 16 joints. I never liked you.
Okay.
That's the name of that joint. All right, so so with the old school shit, right?
Yeah.
I refute. So I know partners that's my age and up and shit, and they just like completely tuned out to anything that younger cats would say is like an old school vibe and shit.
Okay.
I mean, turned off. Like, they won't even give it a chance. Like, they'll be like, yo, Lil Baby trash. That's not, in my opinion, that's not true.
Right.
A nigga not trash. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's certain things you have to be able to do, and I think he does some of those well enough to not be called trash.
I mean, if you actually was to break down, Lil Baby's a good example of that, right? Because he sound like, if you ain't really listening to him, he sound like, I could see the old heads like, oh, he with that, you know, that all that kind of shit, right? The auto-tuning and the little kind of high-pitched, whiny voice. But if you break down this nigga bars, though, like, because when niggas do the auto-tune like that, the bars don't come out the same like when the old school niggas got the bars, right? Like, you feel the gravity. Like, with him, you got to actually, like, break it down. He rap pretty fast, actually. And when his words, when you break him down, the shit he talking about is actually 1,000, bro. Like, he a real-ass dude. He all about the people, all about his kids, all about family, all about grinding. And I'm not going to say he not barred up with the metaphors, but if you actually break down his bars, like slow it down and think about it without the auto-tune on it, the nigga's raw to me. He's actually hella dope with the bars, bro.
See,
People be hating.
I agree with that 1,000%. And people, so is it hate? Is that what it is? So this is what I never This is what I never wanted to be. I never wanted to be that old nigga sitting on the porch shaking his fist at the kids.
Right.
Like, this is terrible, terrible. You guys are terrible. Boom, boom, boom. So I still tune into everything. I at least give it an option. Right. I give myself the option to like it or not like it. I'm just not gonna be like, yo, Lil Baby dropped another album, garbage, and they heard none of it.
It's a difference between not liking something and just flat out like criticizing something that you don't even really mess with
immediately.
Like that.
We're
you
not
know
even hearing it. You straight critique mode.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm a real music connoisseur, so like if I'm listening to something, even if it's some shit I don't even like, I'm still like critiquing it. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. Like, okay, I don't like what he's talking about, but I like the arrangements on the song, or I like the catchiness of the hook, or I like the melody. I can find something in any music that I like, which would keep me from hating on somebody. But just because I'm not slapping you in the whip, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't mean I gotta sit there and be like, oh, this is garbage. This
and that's
is
my
trash.
thing. Everything not for everybody. You got the option to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mess with that, but but that don't necessarily be that'd be my problem with like the old head mentality.
Well, it's because to them, I mean, even to us in a way, but maybe we just like a little more flexible with it. The music you grew up with in your era kind of gives you like a certain identity about yourself, right? And then when that like you said earlier, like I'm hearing stuff on the old school mix. That shit I listened to in high school, nigga. Like, am I old school now? Right. But it's like you start feeling like your time is like, you know how when you look back, you always remember the good stuff, the golden stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The golden era.
Right. That's the best era. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, once the new generation kind of takes over what's hot now and current, it makes you feel like, not you, but it makes like a lot of old heads feel like they getting pushed out the way a little bit. And it's kind of like fighting for your spot, like your right, like, you know, to to be where you always thought you was at. But it's just a circle of life, bro. Like, it's gonna be new shit popping, and a little baby gonna be getting slapped on the old school mix one of these days.
And I realized that it's always, we have this innate ability to categorize and compare all the time. Like,
right.
Even if we're not trying to, we always comparing. So each generation that comes up is always comparing shit to the previous generation.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's getting muddier now. Well, I can't say that because I don't talk to a lot of people younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to like 20-year-olds.
Right.
Or knowing exactly
I do. They on some whole other shit, but
so
they got their shit too.
So
though.
Tell me about that though. What they own?
Oh man, it's all energy, right? Like I say, I'm stereotyping right now, but shout out to the young bulls out there. But it's more about energy than bars, right? It's feeling like it's very emotional. These young cats are real emotional, right? And that's cool. I mean, we growing up in a generation where emotions are focused on and harped on in a different way.
What do you accredit that to? Do you think that the way the internet shit is set up and how we interact with each other on the internet has something to do with that?
That, as well as
community.
I really think is liberal politics kind of have sent, like, our politics center on emotions now more than ever, and I think that's kind of infused into everything we do in society. Like, how you feel about something is the most important. Who do you feel like you are inside? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too into all that, but it's like it's your identity is about your emotion right now. That's how society is kind of like structured from top down. And these young kids grew up in that. They don't know nothing different. They don't know about, you know, you a man, you got to hide your... I mean, we still got that, but it's like there's so many outlets for you to express emotion, and that kind of takes away from kind of the logic or the practicality of things at times, but that's just the time that we in. So when it comes to the music, these young cats, it's all feel, it's all emotion, it's all bounce, and it's all flash, it's all show. Social media is mad important. I got a couple young homies like in their mid-20s. Everything is social media to them, and they know it's fake. They sit there and tell me, like, I know this shit ain't real like that, but it don't matter because it is real, because it means something to, like, my process, my progress. And I'm like, I guess you're right. Like, I use social media, but I didn't grow up where that was like every single thing that was important. But now it's all emotions, it's all flash, it's all sizzle. Substance, not that important to the young cats. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to preach to them when I do talk to them.
That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible if substance not mattering.
Do substance even matter in society right now?
No, but that's,
you know what I'm saying? That's what they learn.
Yeah, so that's hand in hand with that microwave shit. So my thing with it is I don't think it's necessarily a problem that everything is like feel now, right? Because the way we were raised, like my generation,
couldn't feel shit, huh?
Couldn't feel nothing, right?
Niggas fucking blow up and fucking
not
do
in
crazy
public.
shit.
You couldn't feel shit in public.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, so it's good that they're able to tap into their emotions, but then when you get into the excess, like the you know what I'm saying, oversharing. Because this is the age of the overshare. Well,
emotions have become a commodity, right? I mean, anytime something intangible becomes like a commodity, it kind of, I don't know if it devalues it, but it just kind of puts it in another stream, because now, you know, we live in a capitalist society. You got corporations capitalizing off emotion. You got people making money off of emotions.
Not even the right ones. The ones that can get you killed or have you, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And because it's a money game, it don't even matter what it is. It's just, can it sell? Can it get clicks? Can it get likes?
Who's getting paid off?
Who's getting paid off your emotions? It don't really matter the substance underneath. It's like flashy and more sizzle shit than deep. A lot of these young kids, I'll tell you this, don't even understand their emotions. They just have them, and they know that the way they understand them is the way it gets reflected back to them through social media. They don't actually understand it from deep. And I'm talking about this because I be preaching about this to these young boys a lot. But you got to understand your shit deeper than the way you putting it out.
Not just for men too, but
absolutely, not just for men.
The same way, because I remember there were some situations where, like, let's say Summer Walker and Ari Lennox, where, and I even seen what is that dude's name? Roddy Ricch kind of do the same thing, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it as he didn't articulate it as much as they did. He did it with action. So like Ari Lennox and Summer and them, they having like their anxieties. They can't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Figure out a way to express their emotions. They just do it openly with everything. So if they get negative feedback from the people online, then they'll make a video about that negative feedback and then just be like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
It becomes a negative feedback loop.
Roddy Ricch had posted some music of some new joints that he had, and the fans just tore that shit up. Like, this is trash, don't put this out no more. And then the nigga made a post after that like, I guess I'm washed up, peace out, and like deleted all of his shit off of Instagram.
What's her name? Doja Cat did that like a month ago too. She said she was finna retire for a day because she had a bad show.
What do you think about her?
What you mean? She's a good-looking woman.
Yeah,
and she got skills.
She got skills.
Should we leave it at that, or what we talking about?
They were making an argument about whether she was a rapper or not.
In today's terms, she's a rapper. She's not only a rapper, but is Drake a rapper? She a rapper like Drake a rapper?
Nah, I don't agree with that.
She raps and she sings. She got bars. She can buzz, bro.
Well, you think today? You saying today Drake? And
yeah, Drake. I think
you're not talking about the beginning backpacker Drake before he got with Cash Money and shit.
Even back then, he sang and rapped. He was the first nigga that I heard that sang and rapped.
Yeah, but
like legitimately though, did both.
He wasn't songy rapping in the beginning. He was bars.
I knew of him as a singer before I knew of him as a rapper.
Really?
Because my ex from way back in the day, she used to watch Degrassi, and this nigga was getting into his music career like right after that, and then every song she played for me from Drake was all singing, and this is way before he signed to Cash Money, probably like a year before that.
I heard the nigga rapping before I even heard him sing.
Yes, and I heard him sing before I heard him rap.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought he was a singer. He actually made good songs, nigga.
He do. I agree.
I thought he was an R&B nigga, and I'm like, oh, he rapping now? Like, what's up with this?
That's wild. That's wild how we get introduced to people.
But that's why I feel like he broke the mold, because like no matter how you introduce to him, he kind of got both things together at the same time. So now he's made a way for everybody else to kind of go forward and do that.
Palatable, more easily for people to digest, because there were niggas that sang and rap.
But they didn't do it both legit though. They did one legit and one not legit. Okay, you could say. Okay, you could say. Okay, he a mold breaker for sure. Like we talking about some mold breakers. Okay, he definitely a mold breaker. And then CeeLo Green probably got some of the. He got one or two verses that I think are in the top tier of verses in hip hop. Period. I'm more indoctrinated on CeeLo as a singer, but I know he was with the shit beforehand. But
Goody Mob.
Yeah, I know he was Goody Mob, but I didn't. No,
you never messed with Goody Mob?
It was a little out of my region and a little before my era.
You know what I need you to listen to? Soul Food.
I mean, I know them like by reputation, but I ain't saying I was on them.
I need you to listen to Soul Food. Their first album. I need you to listen to that shit.
All right, I'm with it.
And then after you're done with that, then listen to Still Standing. That's their other album. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna appreciate this shit.
Yeah, and I feel like niggas in the South back then, you definitely had some mold breakers when it came to the singing and rapping. That's true. That's true. Drake just made it more palatable. He made it commercial.
He made it,
he made
poppy a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if he a rapper, then Doja Cat a rapper.
All right, so I haven't heard.
You never heard her spit?
I haven't heard her spit. I heard her do like the little kind of trendy rap that like you got to have a rap with this song. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody rap. But I haven't heard her like what I'm saying?
she definitely she went pop to get hot. She went pop to get hot.
Well, the first thing I heard from her was that Moose shit.
That's also the first thing I heard. But I peeped her. She got, I'm not going to say she like the illest MC, female MC out there, but like bar for bar, like maybe it's like a shallow market. There ain't too many out, but like in terms of female MCs, I'll put her up there with the bars. But that's because it ain't that many female MCs I can even think of off the top of my head right now. We got like City Girls, we got Nicki, we got Cardi.
Oh, so we talking mainstream?
Mainstream. I'm talking mainstream. Nah, boy, let's go to the Bay, boy. There's some girls out there eat you up.
Yeah,
they busting. I'm talking mainstream for sure.
There's something out there, man. I'm trying to.
That's a good point. My bad's all the individual hustlers out there.
I just want to make sure we clear that. We talking about mainstream. Because if we got some actually listening right now, and they like, yo, hold up, mother.
All right, hold on, Doja Cat ain't got shit on me.
Right.
You right, girl? My bad.
Man, I'm mad. I can't even think of the names. I had seen this girl on London, Miss London, I think her name is. Rhyming.
There's some raw ass
there's a girl,
underground female MC. Shay Noir is a good one. If you ever heard of her,
I heard that name before. I might have heard the music too. Wait, who's she with?
I don't even know who she with. I just follow her shit.
There's a girl with Griselda that's dope too.
Okay,
I can't think of her name either. I'm upset about that. Yeah, but they out there.
Yeah, they out there.
So.
But yeah, I'm talking about more like mainstream, right? Because when you think about, because then they get like to different tiers of like this and that.
Right.
Like when we talk about mainstream, we're talking about shit that influenced the culture in general, right? So like, you know, to me, Nicki was the first one that. I mean, you had Eve. Eve kind of was on that wave, but in the last hella years, you got what? Eve, Nicki, Cardi, Lil Kim.
Nah, Eve ain't.
Who else?
Eve
Who else can you even put in there?
Oh, you mixing generations. Well,
I'm talking about back in the. I'm talking about from like 2000 to now. I'm talking about like the last 2 decades. I can only think of 5 mainstream.
Was Fox? Fox was main.
I'll put Foxy in there, but she was main. She was New York though. Like she always, to me, I always think of Jay-Z before I think of Foxy. That's probably not fair, but I always think of Jay-Z.
You got Fox got to be somewhere.
Yeah, Fox in there.
They was battling. You know
Remy's in there.
Remy.
Yeah. I'm saying we running out of names.
I don't like that Jean Grey ain't mainstream.
Jean Grey.
Look, Mom, I'm telling you, brother.
Who's Jean Grey?
A dope ass rapper.
Talking about Macy Gray?
Nah, Jean Grey, bro. A dope ass female lyricist.
Okay.
She let's see, who would you have? She rapped with
3D Nati is somebody who's hella dope. And she from New York. I think she based out of New Orleans right now. 3D Nati or Nate. She raw as fuck, bro. I'm telling you, gonna love her shit. I'll put you on that. 3D Nate. She like the type like, and she don't be. I'll tell you like this, how dope she is. She was top 10 in OnlyFans without doing no sex. It was all about entrepreneurship and like building up a culture around entrepreneurship and music. And she also do real estate, hella shit. And she was top 10 in OnlyFans doing that shit. That's how raw this brought us. She hella raw with it. And she got the bars, bro. Russell Simmons like co-signer and everything, bro. But she's still not mainstream. You never heard of her.
But sometimes production be having shit to do with that too. Like who producing it?
That's a good question.
Because a lot of that shit, you know what I'm saying, be going hand in hand. Like
that's a good question. I don't even know.
With who hears who, the beat, the person that's making the beats.
Yeah.
I heard this interesting take.
Mainstream ain't even like. These days there's so many ways to get it. You don't even gotta be mainstream to be in the mainstream.
That's a whole nother conversation too. Because I didn't even think about that. Like this is a very different version of mainstream. Because radio still exists.
Right.
Like,
mainstream is just like the top layer. It's not even everything no more. Because everything underneath it is damn near raw. Excuse me. Than the mainstream shit.
Right.
But you know, the mainstream just means the mainstream money. That's really what mainstream means, is money and exposure. But in terms of like, man, I never forget. You know who Eli and the Grouch is?
Yeah.
Right. So legends, right? On the underground shit. And I remember I went to a show of theirs in the Bay back in like, I don't know, maybe 2014. And then I had a chance to talk to the Grouch afterwards or whatever. And he dropped me some game, and I'm like, man, I'm so surprised y'all not mainstream, and like, whatever, this is so dope. And he was like, you see this? He was like, we do this, like, this tour, like, every year, we do this, like, we live in our dreams, and we having a great time. He was like, fuck the mainstream. I was like,
But that's 1,000.
That's right. That's fucking right.
So think about it.
Yeah.
In places where people are popping, like just think about like Texas, bruh.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother world. It's cats out in Texas whose music ain't never stretched further than Texas.
But they hood famous as a motherfucker.
They living good.
Hood famous.
Word.
Right. You can make like 150K a year off music and have a small base. You know what I'm saying? Like just the game just different now.
Look, I heard an interesting take. Charlemagne was saying that
Charlemagne.
he thought that.
You think Charlemagne for the culture? I do, but I think he be kind of putting his toe on the line a little bit sometimes, going the other way.
Yeah.
He got corporate people he gotta please, and I could tell sometimes.
He be teeter-tottering on that shit. Like,
right.
Like sometimes I hear Charlemagne say something and I'll be like, oh shit, he on point. And then the other time I'll be like, hell no.
That's what I feel like. That's exactly what I feel like. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, that was powerful, brother. And then sometimes I'll be like, hey, get your coon ass.
Right. Almost be in the same breath, nigga. Like as soon as he finished with like the fly shit, he just say some weirdo shit.
Right.
But his take was, and this is on topic of like the generational perspectives of what's good music and what's not.
Okay.
He was saying that, and our
he kind of a tastemaker with the music shit, so. And
our ability to compare and contrast generations because we feel like we just have to fucking do that. So he said that Jay-Z's 444 album was Thriller-esque for hip-hop.
Like Michael Jackson? Okay. I'll give it a chance.
He said,
in what way?
He says 444 is hip-hop's Thriller. Now, so it got into a really explosive...
I don't know if y'all can see my face. Right. But I don't agree.
I want you to tell me why you don't agree.
And I like 444 a lot.
It turned into a very explosive argument because there was a female there. I can't think of her name. And this sounds terrible every time I say a female. I can't think of her name. That's not... Listen. It just sounds like that.
Right.
But
it ain't what it sounds like, yo.
No, right.
LeBron cares about the women folks.
I mean, more so than anything else, man. So, what did Shorty say? She adamantly disagreed. Like, hell no. And she put it to, like, the...
Well, what was his reasoning? Well, because the impact on the culture?
He was saying...
Nah, he's stuck in a time warp.
No, I don't think he said... he would be foolish if he said that 444 had the same impactful...
Okay, so what was his cultural what was his baseline on that argument? Just the greatness of the character?
He tried to couple it with everything else, like Beyonce's Lemonade. And he said it was like a movie, it was like a trilogy or some shit like that. Wait, I'm trying to remember what the other point was.
That sound like a reach.
Yeah, it sound like his arm hurting.
Right.
Now, and I'm not even like a super Mike Jack dude.
But you know Thriller,
but I know what the fuck Thriller
like
is.
Thriller.
Right.
So you got to put a lot of other hip hop albums.
You know what I think
can be in the realm of Thriller besides 444.
I think he muddied takes because I think originally he was trying to say...
And 444 is a dope album, bruh. It's dope.
Well, he was trying to talk about the difference between how we growing up, like my generation is growing up with these rappers, and the rappers are also growing up too. So, like, in the 90s, like 96 or something, you couldn't have no nigga Jay-Z's age putting out an album with any kind of impact like 444
No, because them niggas had to grow up and become them old niggas. Just like the Rolling Stones can still tour at fucking 60 years old.
But think about it.
But now rappers can do that because they came up from young and they actually opened up that wavelength to do that. I would say that.
But the rappers that came before us, before them, why weren't they able to do the same thing?
Timing?
Yeah,
because like... Well, hip hop with the Bambaataa and shit was in the 70s, right? Late 70s. So it's like we talking about Zulu, all that shit, all the way to now. It's only been it's a 40-year-old genre.
But
so it's like you got niggas that's been in it for 20, 30 years. They were the pioneers that opened it up to even show that it has the longevity.
I think the rhymes elevated too, man. Like the evolution of rhymes
for sure.
and thought processes and patterns. And
For
like
sure.
Curtis Blow couldn't do a dope album today, but like because it's unless he changes his like the vocal, like some of that shit sound old schooly, like you know what I'm saying, like just really old, out of date sounding situations, and that's not necessarily his fault unless he could, cause like KRS-One could still drop.
That's what I was finna say. There are artists who can do that today that was popping 30 years ago.
But he evolved. His voice don't.
You gotta evolve.
His voice don't sound like The Bridge Is Over. Yeah. His voice sounds different now. Busta Rhymes.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes has spanned from
leaders of the new school.
Yeah, all the way to the shit with Chris Brown. I ain't even gonna try to compete with the guy on that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's possible to do that. But it's really just timing to me. Like, we needed examples of longevity in order for longevity to be legitimate in the hip hop game. So that's why I feel like it's just now it's starting to seem like you could be. I mean, you don't want to be 40 getting into the game, but by that time you should have all your skills and your shit together. And you know, it's a confluence of being old school, but at the same time understanding like how to evolve with it.
I think you can be 40 getting into it today.
But I'm saying you don't. If you got the skill already, you think
if you got the skill already.
Yeah, you don't want to learn. You don't want to be learning. That's what I mean. You don't want to be learning the skill right now.
All that time.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, them niggas done opened it up. Shit, nigga, I just turned 34. So I'm like, I used to think I was too old to rap, nigga, but I go hard and I got hella new music coming out, nigga. So, you feel me?
People be asking that
but
all
niggas
the time.
Like the Jay-Z's and shit show me like, nigga, I could be hot for another 20 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I didn't have that example when I was young. When he did Kingdom Come, 30's the new 20, nigga. 30's the new 20, nigga. I'm so hot still. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
it's wrong. 30 is just 30. But
LeBron said that's not a classic.
Right. I'm gonna put a Charles Barkley guarantee. I guarantee. No, I'm the classic Nazi, man. Right. Classic.
Right.
3000, man. He don't want to do like albums and rap. And he was quoted saying he got the hop, but he don't got the hip or some shit like that. Like he not like
that sound like an old ass.
Right, that sound like an old ass. I'm not hip. Right. He said
I got the hop, but I ain't hip no more.
I ain't hip no more. And then he come out and do Life of the Party verse on Kanye shit, and it's like,
but see, it's like
super dope ass verse.
There's a mental thing to it too, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, especially like somebody that accomplished and you done did like this nigga changed the whole fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Him and Big Boy, you know, the Aquamini, the speaker box, all this shit. Is that how you say it? I've been saying Aquamini this whole time.
It's Aquarius mixed with Gemini.
Is that what that is? Okay. I didn't even know what the fuck it meant. I was just like, these niggas weird, but they go hard though.
Aquemini is Aquarius and the Gemini mix.
Okay. But like, you know, it's the same thing, like, it's that identity thing that we was talking about like earlier, right? It's like when the new wave comes in, you start feeling like your shit is, even if it's solidified in time and history, you start feeling like it's over, and you got to reinvent yours. You have to. Jay-Z done reinvented itself so many times.
Or
E40, which if y'all know E40, legendary Bay Area rapper, I know you know who that is.
Of
but
course, 1,000.
He reinvents himself like every 3-4 years.
Or
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Or you could cater to the people that fuck with your shit.
That's what Eli and the Grouch do. They got a solid fan base. They always play their hits. Yes. They always stay to the thing, and that's true too.
And even if you
can do that too.
Even if you create music in this era and you want to create like how
they get young niggas into their shit, but you need kind of old heads to slide you in that way.
But it depends on how they raised or what they raised in, or you know what I'm
saying. But
saying?
E40 and Jay-Z, they actually morphed to what the times is and change up their shit.
Everybody don't have that chameleon trait, man, to be able to.
And they don't need. Everybody don't need that.
It, exactly.
They don't need that.
Right.
But the niggas that's shaking their fists at the motherfuckers stepping on their lawn,
they upset because
they don't have
right.
that. They don't understand even how to like maneuver off that. You know what I'm saying? Because they on their square. That's the one. That's the square they've been standing on their whole time.
Right, and they just can't do nothing, and they don't even know, man.
Right.
Maybe if they tried, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If as raw as I'm sitting here saying Lil Baby is, if I was to listen to Lil Baby without listening to Lil Baby, I wouldn't even think he was raw. You know what I'm saying? If I just heard it in passing, I'd be like, there's another one of them niggas. Yeah, because a lot of these niggas with this auto-tune shit, Lil Wayne really got a lot of these niggas into this fucking auto-tune cry rapping, and it sounds, what does it sound like? It sounds, you hear the auto-tune, which already gives it kind of like a little fake luster to it, and then it doesn't sound like hard. It doesn't sound deep.
Have you ever been to one of them shows?
It sounds like high pitch and not deep.
Have you ever been to one of them shows where auto-tune niggas be rapping? Do they have that shit on their mic at the concert?
If they don't, and that's what they do, it's terrible. If they do have it, I've heard both. I
always wondered that.
I've heard both. You got the mic with the vocoder on it. You can kind of do it like the little box at the bottom. I've heard that. But honestly, a lot of niggas try to rap their auto-tuning sound and shit without that shit on the mic. And you can tell, that it was auto-tune that made it sound like that.
Right.
Shit. I got some auto-tune songs like in the library, bro. But, I went through the wave a little bit. I don't really do it no more, but I went through the wave a little. I was actually kind of raw at that shit. But what I would do when I would perform is I wouldn't even try to sing it like I sang it in auto-tune. I would just sing it totally differently, but like I would create a different way to do it live because it ain't gonna never sound like it sounded on auto-tune.
You only used it when you were singing?
Singing, rapping, like whatever, yeah. Yeah, I was on my Kanye hype for a minute. After 808s and Heartbreaks, nigga, I got inspired.
I don't have a problem with people using certain stuff to play around with their voice, like filters and different shit like that, in particular parts of the songs. I mean, I think it adds something to it if that's the type of shit you're looking for. But I got the ability to listen to mixes of all of that shit. Like, I'll listen to shit with, let's say Pac style with like 1,000 ad-libs in the background, or even like I could some Jeezy shit. I can go from Moneybagg Yo to De La Soul and I know a lot of people that can't do that shit. If they listening to shit like De La and Pharoah Monch, they can't listen to no street music, no trap shit, none of that shit, and they talk crazy to me about it. Like,
I never agree with that because first of all, me as an artist, I've never felt like I fit into any particular category. You heard my music before, bro. It's like is even the shit that we do is like way different than shit that I was actually doing before. Like when I'm on my own shit, I don't want to call it experimental, but it's kind of like experimental, right? So for me, in order to appreciate my own rap, I had to appreciate all kinds of different genres. Like I was fucking with Soulja Boy, fucking with KRS-One, and fucking with you know what I'm saying?
I never got into Big Draco, man.
Hey man, he more of a culture icon than a rapper, but I appreciated what he did for the game. I appreciated what he did for the game, and I can still bounce to it to this day, nigga. I still know the dance.
You
ever learn that?
Some of it's bad that he did to the game, or not necessarily bad.
He opened up doors for niggas. He opened up doors.
That's good. Door opening is always good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but you open the door, you let in the good, you let in the riffraff too.
Everything,
everything coming through the door, not just the dope shit. It's all coming through the door.
Go swing right
but
through
opening doors, categorically good.
So, do you know who Patrick Howley is? Who the fuck is that?
I feel like I heard that name, but I can't call it like that.
I don't know who he is exactly. I know he's
I get another one of them Deschutes over there.
White
bro.
Individual.
Fresh squeezed IPA.
Was really upset that there were too many black people at Country Music Awards, is how he put it. He said
He a white dude?
Said country music is not Wakanda.
I saw that headline, but I don't be looking at. I don't be looking at these. When I be seeing these headlines, I'm like, oh yeah, whatever.
I saw the headline and I went to the video so I could hear him say it. And
so you heard the context. How'd you take it?
He said that
he was being racist.
He said.
Did it sound racist?
He said, "Fly with your own flock." He said,
racially.
He said, "Yeah, of course." He said,
"Oh, he don't like a little Nas X." Huh?
What's my man name? The actor. Shit, I can't remember his name. But he was hosting the Country Music Awards, and he was just talking. He was smiling and everything, and the dude was watching the video and commenting on it. And he was like, "Look at him, he's so angry."
Right.
So angry. The man smiling and hosting the awards, and he said he reacting to the video.
Give me racist.
What you mean?
The dude hosting was what, and the dude talking about it was
the dude
what?
hosting is a well-known black actor.
A well-known black actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was hosting the Country Music Awards, but there was like Monica was there. There were some other black people there.
Monica the singer?
Yes. And this white dude, whoever the fuck he is, said that country music was not Wakanda. He looked at the dude hosting while he was smiling and doing this thing, and he was like, "Look at him, so angry. Look at him. Look at the black man hosting the awards. He's angry." But he wasn't angry.
You know they be thinking we mad just because we passionate.
So he wasn't even being passionate. He was laughing.
He was being smooth.
So stereotypical angry black man.
Right.
Country music is not Wakanda.
Right.
Fly with your own flock. He said you guys already got basketball and hip hop.
Oh, he mad about that too.
Basketball and hip hop. Fly with your own flock.
Wow. The nigga that invented basketball got exposed as a fraud recently, by the way. But anyways, because he didn't really invent it. But so these niggas always, he don't even know the history of the shit. Anyways, that's a whole different subject. But let me tell you this. So it's that shit's always gonna be there, right? And at the end of the day, let's take the emotion out of it for a second. Country music ain't Wakanda. Right?
There is no Wakanda.
It's not supposed to be.
There's no Wakanda.
Even the concept of it is black unity, really, is if we want to boil it down. Country music ain't about no black unity. That's not what the music is for. It's for the people. It's for the people that just like hip hop ain't for white unity. You can maybe do that, but that's not what it's about.
Country music not about white unity either.
But it's not about black unity. I don't know what it's about. It's about
black people doing
it's about pain and depression. Really, is why I don't fuck with country, because it's always depressing.
So you don't fuck with blues?
I fuck with blues.
Kind of the same.
Kinda, but I like how it sound better. I don't feel depressed.
My baby that left me.
Yeah, right.
Took the dog in my last beer.
Right. Instead of my baby left me.
Well, I mean, that's just, that's...
It's like, it's more long, drawn out. It's more sad. It's more sad, bro.
Yeah, that's a matter of...
country is sadder than blues. I don't like sad music. I'm not an emo nigga. I don't like sad music,
there's some really sad blues joints, yo.
I know, too. I know that, too. But it just, like, them guitar, like, just the... It got more... It's just the flavor in it. It's just
so that's
different.
more of a preference.
So, obviously, we're being super fucking subjective here, people.
Yeah, right.
Subjective as fuck. But I'm not gonna sit there and say that man, because I understand where you're coming from.
Patrick Holly, shut the fuck up. I'll say that.
Make him a hip hop dude and put it all in reverse. Would you be mad at the statement if it was all reverse?
I would say shut the fuck up.
Yeah. If who? I don't even.
Hip hop don't do that though. Hip hop invites everybody in, which sometimes I feel like it shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah.
Hip hop has always been.
It's more inviting, but it's real urban and black though. There's a credibility factor that you gotta hit the bar of minimally in hip hop as a white person.
That's just because we want quality. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a bad thing to want quality in that shit.
You don't think it's racial?
Nah, but niggas slipped in because when somebody dope,
I think it's racial.
When somebody white come in and they dope. If a nigga really fucking with hip hop, they're gonna be like, yo, that shit dope. If they just like, the only people I seen that would get mad at like white rappers that were good were people that couldn't rap as good as them.
Well, that's kind of everybody get mad at people do shit better than they
so
can.
that's. But I'm saying, but then it turns into more of an angry thing when it's somebody that ain't of the race. So they was.
So let me ask you this: Do you think somebody like Eminem? No, bad example.
Yeah,
He rock.
Yeah, don't do it.
Vanilla Ice. Is that appropriation? Is that cultural appropriation?
You know, I don't know a whole lot about Vanilla Ice, man, except for Ice Baby. That's like the only.
Well, think about the concept of a Vanilla Ice. Do you think that concept is cultural appropriation?
I'm not sure. I'd have to know I have to know what intent is. Like if a machine.
Oh, now you sound like me.
No.
I need more detail.
What I mean by that is, I would have to know if this nigga was a plant or not. Like who he grew up with.
What about the Beastie Boys? Cultural appropriation?
Nah, them niggas hip hop.
Okay. So
Beastie Boys hip hop.
Is there what's this nigga name?
MC Search hip hop.
Okay. What about Riff Raff? What about Riff Raff, man?
Fuck you, man. You know what? Nah, hold up. Let's do that.
The reason I'm saying this too, just to like, I'm trying to mirror Buzz point.
But I think Riff
Raff,
it's
like, is Lil Nas X cultural appropriation on country music?
Yeah, because he's not really doing country music. Like
he doing country hop.
Yeah, well he all of his songs not country though.
They're not. All his big ones are.
No, they're not.
I mean, the Old Town Road.
That's one.
He got a couple other ones that's like new wave country.
I don't know. I never heard his album.
I hear the sonic fusion of country and hip hop in his music.
If you listen to country music, there's a hip hop fusion in country music now. The younger country cats, they rapping and all kind of shit.
True, yeah. All his music is evolving.
It's just
and getting all meshed together.
But let's talk about Riff Raff real quick.
Right, yeah. What's up? Is that cultural appropriation?
Here's the thing about that, right? Riff Raff is from Texas. Riff Raff, if he faking the Texas shit, he's doing an excellent job of it because he got that shit down to a T. When he doing how like screwed up click freestyles, I've heard him do some of those, and he got this joint called Larry Bird. When that shit slowed and closed, right? He would. Nah, but he talking about white nigga shit. He talking about that's why it's not a problem with me. Like he not trying to act like he black. He's just like a white nigga in like.
And they exist.
Yeah,
they exist.
Right.
I got homies that's really like that in real life.
Yeah.
But I think the cultural appropriation thing, to be honest, is not really about the intention of the individual who's put in that spotlight. It's more about how the culture reacts to something that they feel is theirs being invaded by someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Cultural appropriation is negative in its intent itself. Like on like white people wearing Indian headdresses and shit like that, or on Cinco de Mayo they wearing sombreros So
I'm from the Bay, right?
Right.
And you got a lot of white people that out of a good heart will try to show deference to a culture. Like if we talking about intent, I done seen a lot of shit that I would say straight up cultural appropriation, but if you talk to them and ask them where their mind is at, they think it's like a form of homage, or they're doing something intentional that they think is positive.
Give me an example.
So like what you said, like a white dude showing up to an event full of black people wearing like the African garb, like a dashiki, like with the hat and like all that shit. I've seen this kind of shit several times in the Bay Area, right? Several times. Yeah. So
it's
right?
wild in the Bay Area. Man.
It's wild. It's a lot going on up there, bro. That's why my mind is so flexible. All this shit. I grew up around a lot of crazy shit. But you see that and it's like, bro, what the hell you doing? But then you talk to him, and he's like, I'm here supporting. I want to make sure that y'all know that I'm with y'all. And, like, I understand the struggle. And even though I could never, this is something they say all the time, even though I could never understand the struggle, I want you to know that I'm here with you. And in their mind, they think they doing something good. They always think they doing so good. But is that appropriation because of intention, or is it appropriation because of what it means to the people looking?
It's appropriation because of foolishness. Like, that nigga don't think that him showing up in African garb.
Being confused don't make you a bad person.
Yo, fuck
don't make you a liar. It just make you confused.
Hey, man.
Right?
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And I done seen this shit a lot in the Bay.
Yo, I've never seen that shit before in my life, yo. And that's wild to even think of that. Like, I'm actually gonna have to sit and think on that some more, man.
Okay. Oh, we done opened up some new doors today, huh? Remember, everything coming in through the door, not just the door shit.
I'm thinking about that shit now. That is crazy. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you've actually,
and I'm telling you, know when it's fake or not, right?
So you actually,
but I just think they confused, or maybe there's some warriors for the black community that ain't black.
I agree with that, but all right. So now
it's more confusion than evil.
Let me put this down because we got to talk about this next.
Yeah, because we talking about appropriation like it's evil, right? Or like it's plant like it's a plant, like it's on purpose. But I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is.
Sometimes it is.
But I'm like on a higher level, of course. But I'm talking about, like, I look these people in the eyes and they tell me why they wearing the African garb around a bunch of black people being white as hell. And I'm like, I can't even be mad at your explanation, dog.
So
I can't be mad at you, my brother. Support us. Just make sure you there when they shooting. Make sure you stand in front when they trying to shoot a nigga. And some of them will, some of them won't. But that's how you know what the real was.
Yo, man, what was your response?
Kind of like yours. Damn, let me process this shit. I guess at the end of the day, I believe that a person is going to show you pretty much who they are, what they think, and if they confused about, if they're saying something that I think that they're having some kind of confused mindset about, I go with the intentional vibe. I go off the vibe they're coming from. You may not know it. You may be confused, but you may not be confused.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's close it on that, man. Damn.
Shout out to the abolitionists back in the day. They wasn't confused.
We're going to some real shit.
I know, it's getting crazy, yeah. I think we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. Go ahead, drop your joints, man.
Yo. This has been a dope one. This one by Fast as Fuck. But it's KB, K Bridges, K. Bridges. Follow me everywhere, K Bridges Live, LIVE, and KBridgesLive.com, K Bridges Live on all social media. Appreciate y'all.
We still didn't get through the list.
No, we didn't even get close, nigga. We started going on.
www.laronmc.com. That's LARONEMCEE. Tonight, Big Schoon.
I'm excited about this. We finna get it in.
True Head Vibes. We're going to check out some hip hop. So if you're
that's your bro from GI?
Yeah. Well, he from Chicago, but
okay.
He was on the show once or twice. So shout out to the whole gang. We're gonna see y'all tonight at Ninja Karaoke. If y'all out and about, pull up. This is Craft Conversations episode 87, session 81. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace, power, respect.
Boom. We out.